What's up, everybody? So I'm in the car. It's been a long time since I did a car vlog. So today I wanted to talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect and how you should protect and prevent yourself from being subject to this. So in a nutshell, what this is when you are learning something new. When you learn something new and you go from knowing absolutely nothing to something, oftentimes people will fall into this pattern where they believe that they know everything. They overestimate their level of skill. My thinking behind it is that since you go from absolutely nothing to having some knowledge, it's such a huge change from your mind's eye, from your point of view. It kind of makes sense that you think you know everything, where in fact you don't really know much. So the danger is you start making these arrogant and bold proclamations based on your perception that you know what it is you're talking about. We're all subject to Dunning-Kruger to a certain extent. Some people get it, some people don't, but we're all subject to it, especially when you're younger. One of the characteristics of being young is that you're extremely arrogant. At the same time, a lot of people are insecure, strangely enough, and you don't know much. But again, when you were 10 years old versus when you're 20, you've learned a lot. So you assume you know everything. So you have very strong opinions, and you haven't learned the lesson of life that everybody learns eventually, that you don't know everything. Like I used to be that way, by the way. I'm speaking from personal experience. When I was 20, I thought I was a know-it-all. In fact, one of my teachers used to call me Mr. Know-it-all. Only through the trials of life did I learn, well, at least for me anyway, I don't know it all. I would have these deep, emotionally invested positions. And over time, some of these positions would be challenged, and I realized I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And so I had to change my positions. So one of the things I say now is I always reserve the right to change my opinion based on new data. I reserve my right to change my opinion based on new data that comes to the fore. A sign of confidence and self-confidence is the ability to admit you are wrong. That should be the number one thing you aspire to, is to have that ability, to have that self-confidence, to be able to admit you're wrong and to change and pivot accordingly. If you don't, you'll get sunk in life, especially in business. Martial arts, combat sports, and business taught me the hard way that you better adjust your opinion or you're going to get a beating. Fighting's great because you see right away. You literally get a beating if you don't change your opinions about things. So I would try different schools of combat, different styles, different teachers, try different things, and to see what was working, what wasn't working. But business is like that too. You analyze the market, you see an opportunity, you take it, and you're willing to change based on what the market tells you. If you're pig-headed and you think, oh, no, that's how you fail. You got to pivot with the times. You got to let the market tell you, got to let the world tell you what reality is. If you don't, you're in trouble. Just keep that in mind. If you're a young whippersnapper and you're learning stuff, that's great. But if you remember, you're still young. What I knew at 20 is nothing compared to what I know now. And what I knew at 20 was much more than what I knew at 10 years old. Don't take it as an attack. I'm trying to help you out. Humility doesn't mean don't be self-confident. Have confidence, move forward with confidence, but also have the humility and the wisdom to value and prioritize reality, the truth over everything else. Don't try to win an argument. Try to figure out what the truth is. That's the key. It's not about winning or losing an argument, because I've won arguments and then realized later on that I was wrong, so I lost, right? Better to lose an argument and be proven wrong so then you gain knowledge. That's a win for you. It's a win because you figured out something new. You've learned something new. Anyway, that's pretty much it. All right, so I'm in my car here. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these starting in mid to late November. Uncle Steph is hitting the road, Jack. And on my way down to the southern U.S. I'll be down there for 4 months. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, any comments about this discussion, let me know in the comments below. If you like this type of discussion about rationality, about maturity, about psychology, put it in the comments below, and I'll do more of it. My goal with all my training at the end of the day is to transfer my decades of experience to you guys, to make it a little easier for you guys. Well, a lot easier if you follow my counsel. There's an old expression, if only I knew then what I know now. 100%. So I'm transferring that to you. I'm reaching back in time to you when you're much younger, I would assume. And, well, actually, a lot of you are in your 30s and 40s. That's still a lot younger. I'm reaching back and saying, listen, you can either learn these lessons when you get to my age, 169 years old, or you can learn them now, embrace them now, and gain the benefit of that knowledge right away. I'll close off with this. I remember I was watching, no, I wasn't watching a video. I was reading an article written by a very successful entrepreneur, and they sold their company and so on. And they said, it took me 10 years to figure out how to build a successful business. And then it took me 4 years to actually execute on it. That's so true. Once you figure out what the process really is about, then you can actually get it done. You know what I mean? All right, I hope that was useful. Code long and profit, my friends. Again, if you have comments, questions, criticisms, let me know in the comments below. We'll talk soon.